live. Full Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
Hello everybody and welcome to Full Velocity Racing Network. My name is Brett Rolls. I'm going to be filling in for Todd and Phil tonight here for the DWR Wednesday night street fights. Got a couple of minutes left here in the opening warm-up session before we get started with, I believe we'll have possibly 2 or 3 heats for you here on board tonight. Got some decent car counts in the pits. As we're gonna get ready here and send it down trackside for the playing of the national anthem. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for the Harley-Davidson DWRL Wednesday night street fights, as we are just now getting practice wrapped up, and we are going to get the grids here lined up for the heat race action, as I believe, based on the car counts here, we are going to have, it looks like 2 heats so far. Yes, 2 heats are going to be on the board. Going to start with the first heat here, as we're going to give it just a second for everybody to get gridded up before we get this underway. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take you down through the starting lineup here for the opening heat race. On the pole, you're going to have the 16 of David Blackburn. Outside of him is going to be the 09 of Joshua Ely. Second row inside is going to be the evil one himself, number 21, Jim Revis. And starting outside the second row is going to be the 073 of Steve Robbins. Inside row number 3, that is going to be Eric Eichstad. I almost called him Electric Eric, but I don't think he wants to hear that name anymore, as he has adapted the new name Voodoo. So Voodoo Eric Eichstad, the Voodoo Child, going to be inside row 3. To the outside of him is going to be the 319 of David Brewer. And starting inside the fourth and final row of the field is going to be the 07 of Justin Pruitt, and his outside is going to be the 61 of Josh Peacock. As it looks like we're only going to have 7 cars making the field here. Justin Pruitt not able to make the call for the heat race. Not sure if he's having some car issues there or what the deal may be, as hopefully he can get that sorted out for the feature time. As the pace car now working through 3 and 4, and the field's going to be in the hands of David Blackburn. As the green flag is out, Blackbird's going to get an amazing start. Revis is going to pull up along Robbins for that second spot in the 073. Give the spot to Revis off of turn 2. The evil one going from third to second with a great jump on that start. As now he's going to try down to reel in David Blackbird, who has got the lead here. And we got a very interesting battle for third. We got 4 cars all in the mix. I believe that's going to be Eric Eichstad, Steve Robbins, David Brewer, and Josh Peacock all battling that out. As it looks like Eric Eichstad going to dive down to the inside of Robbins through 3 and 4. There's going to be some slight contact coming out of 4. Eric's going to keep it a little bit straight as he bobbles, and Robbins going to be able to hold off that spot so far on the high side. But Eric Eichstad already back to the inside, coming out of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. And out of turn number 4, Eichstad's going to make a little bit more contact again, as Robbins is going to come down a little bit, and Robbins going to be able to hold on to that third spot, but still not able to clear Eichstad as they come off of turn 2. And it's very easy to get caught up in how many laps have been run in this short venue here at Lanier. As we only have 8 laps in this heat. We're halfway home, 4 to go, as it's still David Blackburn out front, Jim Revis in second, Steve Robbins in third, Eichstad in fourth, and Peacock in fifth. As it looks like Revis has been able to track down Blackburn into just a little over a car length and a half distance, as we have just about 2 to go this time by, as nobody's been able to really challenge Blackburn or Revis so far, as Revis again closing the gap, but Blackburn able to reopen it back down the straightaway. Revis able to get through the corners just a little bit faster so far. Revis almost pulls up to the bumper on exit of turn 2 as we come into turn 3 and 4. Now the white flag's going to be in the air this time, as Blackbird still has the lead, but Revis is right there within a car length. He's going to throw it down to the inside, try to get something going up against the inside wall, but Blackbird's able to hold on the outside of the turn 2. Blackbird now going to come out of 3 and 4 for the final time. Blackbird's going to be able to hold on to the spot, give second to Jim Revis. Third place is going to go to Steve Robbins. Fourth to Eric Eichstad. Fifth to Josh Peacock. Sixth is going to be David Brewer. And seventh is going to be Joshua Ely. All right, now we're going to get ready here to stack up the second heat race for the DWRL Wednesday night street fights, brought to you by Heartland Harley-Davidson. And the heat 2 is going to line up just like this. Starting inside front row, that's going to be racing Jason Salter. And to the outside of him in the number 1 car is going to be Alex Brewer. Starting inside row number 2 in the 631 is going to be Alex Cummings. And outside to him in that bad fast number 926 is Barrett Bishop. Row number 3 to the inside is going to be the 18 of Kyle Surratt. And the 00 of Michael Whitlock's going to line up to his outside. And your fourth and final row to the inside is going to be the 13 of Caleb Ramsey. And to his outside is going to be the 111 of Kyle Moyer. as the field getting underway with their 2 laps of pacing to give the drivers a little bit of a heads up as to the track preparation and surface that they're about to go and race on. Get a chance to see how their car, where the track has more grip and everything based off of the look. And it's going to be very interesting to watch this heat race go down as Jason Salter and Alex Brewer are on your front row. I personally have raced with both of these guys, and these guys are no slouch. They are probably 2 of the fastest guys you will find in the street stocks. As Jason Salter is going to have the field in his hands off of turn 4, the pace car is going to dive underneath, the green flag is going to come out. Jason Salter is going to get about a car length of a lead going into turn 1, as we're going to be almost 3 wide for second coming off of turn 2, as Barrett Bishop's looking to go to the inside and split Alex Cummings and Alex Brewer. As we come off to complete the first lap, it's going to be Jason Salter with the lead, and we got a battle for third here as Barrett Bishop and Alex Cummings are putting on one heck of a show, side-by-side racing, as Barrett Bishop trying to make the middle of the track here work, as it looks like everybody's going to pretty much sort of file into shape here in the top 4. The only battle going on back in the field is back in that 5th and 6th position between Michael Whitlock and Kyle Surratt. Barrett Bishop looking to the inside of Alex Brewer now for the 2nd position as they come across the stripe. He's not going to be able to get underneath him as they come off the corner, though. Barrett Bishop almost to the back bumper. But if everybody keeps battling, they're not going to be able to reel down the 10 car of racing Jason Salter, as we're halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. Jason Salter still up the front of this one. Alex Brewer holding on to second. Everybody's pretty much single filed out here trying to run the bottom, as it looks like Kyle Moyer now in the back, and him and Michael Whitlock are going to get side by side for some positions. At the end is now back to the front. We have Alex Brewer racing almost to the back bumper of Jason Salter as he's finally starting to reel him in, that he's able to break free from Barrett Bishop. As Brewer going to now come off at turn 4, he's going to follow Jason Salter down inside to turn number 1. He's going to let it drift up off the middle, and that's going to allow Jason Salter to pull away a little bit, but he's not going to have much of a gap to work with, as all 3 cars are going to be battling here for the lead. As we got the white flag in the air, we're setting up for a really good finish. As Brewer now going to look to the inside of Salter, he's got a good run. Salter able to drive off with the momentum off of the corner. Brewer going to look to the inside for one final time off of turn number 4. Jason Salter going to be able to hang on for the win. Brewer going to be 2nd, and Barrett Bishop going to finish 3rd. Alex Cummings 4th. Kyle Surratt 5th. Caleb Ramsey is going to finish in 6th. Kyle Moyer 7th, and Michael Whitlock is going to be 8th. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are not waiting. We are not playing any games tonight. We are going to get ready and hop into this 60-lap feature here at the Lanier Speedway, and we are going to get ready for some pretty interesting battling, as there's a lot of fast cars starting inside the top 10, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one's going to shake down, as we're going to go down to the track and give you the starting lineup for tonight's feature. Starting inside row number 1. On the pole is going to be the 16 of David Blackburn. To his outside is going to be the 10 car of racing Jason Salter. Inside row number 2 is going to be the evil one, Jim Revis. And to his outside is going to be the 1 car of Alex Brewer. Inside row number 3 is going to be the 073 of Steve Robbins, and to his outside is going to be the 926 of Barrett Bishop. Row number 4 to the inside is going to be the Voodoo Child, Eric Eichstad, and to his outside, starting 8th is going to be the 631 of Alex Cummings. Starting 9th is going to be Joshua Peacock in the 61 car, and to his outside is going to be the 18 of Kyle Surratt. Starting row number 6 to the inside is going to be the 319 of David Brewer, and to his outside is going to be the 13 car of Caleb Ramsey. Starting row number 7 on the inside is going to be the 09 car of Joshua Ely, and outside of him is going to be Kyle Moyer. And starting in the final row on the inside is going to be the 07 of Justin Pruitt, who is not able to make the starting grid for the feature. So start riding shotgun on the field is going to be the 00 of Michael Whitlock, as we have the iRacing I flag, green flag in the air, as David Blackberg now going to lead them out of turn number 2. Jason Salter working that high side. They're going to be almost dead even coming down the back straightaway. Give it by a bumper maybe, as Blackberg trying to get clear to possibly get up there and run where that high side is, but don't count out the evil one of Jim Revis as he rides third. There's a little bit of contact between Blackberg and Salter is going to shift Salter to the high side, and now Jim Revis with a good run to the inside. The evil one looking for a strong showing here at Lanier, as he's going to have the spot coming off of turn 2 as he's almost clear of Salter. And Salter, it looks like he's starting to go backwards as he's hung out to dry on the outside, as it looks like everybody's pretty much trying to stay to the bottom side of the inside of the track here, as that's pretty much where the dominant line is at this track pretty much all night until it starts to really get slick off, and then the top side starts to come in. With 60 laps in this feature, you definitely are going to have a lot of time for that bottom side to slick off, as about 4 or 5 laps into this race, it's all David Blackberg up front. Jim Revis is running tight in that second position as he's trying to stay with Blackberg, not trying to let him get away, as he's got a great run through 3 and 4, almost pulls up to the back bumper, but Blackberg's going to have a better run through the corner with momentum, as now Jason Salter is able to get back in line to the bottom, as he's going to now challenge back for that third spot with Alex Brewer, as we got some really good racing going on here early on in this race. But now it's looking like everybody's going to start to single file out. Everybody trying to slick off that bottom early and get some side-by-side racing here. And still, once again, all up front by himself is David Blackberg, as we're going to take a peek back here at the back of the field, and it looks like we have a small battle developing here between Eric Eichstad and Alex Cummings. Eichstad trying to get a bit of a run underneath him. He had the position there for a little bit, so the Voodoo Child trying to work his way forward, but everybody's pretty much been complacent with this being a small, low bottom side track. As it looks like Alex Brewer now starting to be able to reel in Blackberg and Revis, as he's starting to run up to the middle, and the two leaders are running close down to the inside, as Salter gonna push the issue again to the high side, see if he's got something up there, but he's not gonna be able to have the run on Brewer. He's gonna follow Brewer into 3 and 4 as he's following all the way up to the back bumper of Revis as they head into turns 1. Revis had a decent shot there at taking the lead, but he didn't have the run coming off the corner. As now Salter going to put a move down to the inside for that third position, and he's not going to be able to make it stick, and Brewer's going to be able to hold on to that top side momentum. And now Revis is going to throw another move to the bottom, down 1-2. He almost gets to the back bumper, but he's not able to have the drive he wants coming out of turn 2. Revis going back to the bottom. I think he may have found something down there to help him try to reel some cars in here, but it looks like Brewer's going to have a decent run here to the outside. He might be able to. No, Revis is going to close the door on him, as we're about 14 laps into this feature, as it's all single file so far, not really much battling going on around the track. Salter going to look to the inside of Brewer again for that third spot. He's going to have a better run, but it's not going to be enough, as Brewer's just going to be able to clear him going into 1 and 2. And Blackberg now starting to open up that lead a little bit, as he's out to about a 2-car length lead now. And Revis still trying to work that bottom as he's losing ground. And it looks like the bottom side starting to go away here. But now you have Barrett Bishop putting a huge move on Jason Salter for that 4th position. He's not going to have the run that he wants coming off the corner, as pretty much it's just going to be a single file race at this point. The track's not really wide enough for the slide jobs to be thrown yet. So everybody's got to pretty much widen this race out and expect slide jobs here in about 10 or 12 more laps once we get this cushion pushed up here a little bit. Racing is going to definitely start to pick up towards the second half of this feature, as we're just a little over a quarter of the way through. So keep your eye on that bottom side slide job coming as we start to push this cushion up and slick off the bottom. But we're going to be 3 wide for the 3rd position there for a little bit, as Salter and Barrett Bishop both decided to put a move on each other in tandem. But now it's going to be side by side between Salter and Bishop. But don't count out Alex Cummings, as he's got to run now to the outside of Bishop coming off of turn 4 with the battling. Alex Cummings going to try to make a move now for the 5th spot, as he's got the front bumper of that 631 just to the outside quarter of Bishop. He's got a good run, as Bishop almost had him clear. Now they're dead even at the line for that 5th position, so some battling here going on, as you've seen Bishop try to put the move on Salter, and it may have cost him that top 5 position early on in this race. Still dead even with each other, but Bishop's going to be able to battle back on the bottom. But Alex Cummings going to pull a over-under move on him, and he's going to throw it to the bottom now. Alex Cummings looking to get the position back, but Bishop's still going to have it at the line. And now your leader Blackberg now has been caught he went from the top of the racetrack to the bottom, and gonna pull that lead. Jim Revis, you see again out to about 2 car lengths as he comes to the stripe, and we have our first caution, the Hanover Wrecker Service caution flag, the first one of the night. Not exactly sure what happened there, as we're gonna have to go back and check out your bladenode.com instant replay. So give me 1 second here, let's see if we can find out what happened. Alright, as it looks like Ike, the Voodoo Child, Eric Eichstad, gonna get into turn 1 just a little hot. He's gonna catch the back bumper of Barrett Bishop, and that's just gonna send him down into the inside wall, as it looks like he makes some light contact with the left rear, and then he's just gonna spin it around to the inside of turn 2 as they come down the backstretch. So the Voodoo Child, Eric Eichstad, gonna be your first caution flag recipient, and that's gonna send him back to the tail of the field. So keep your eye on the Voodoo Child, see if he's able to manage his way back to the front, as we're just about halfway here. Once the green flag comes back out, we'll just about be halfway. So 30 down, 30 to go when the green flag comes out is what I'm going to be predicting. But it looks like we're getting ready to go green flag here. So I was wrong once again. Green flag gonna come back out. iRacing iFlight green flag, as Blackberg is gonna have the position down into turn 1, and Brewer's gonna have a shot at Jim Revis now. Revis gonna go down to the bottom and try to protect the position, as that's gonna stack up the field, and I believe that was the 631 of Alex Cummings that went around. Caution flag gonna come right back out as the Hanover Wrecker Service second caution flag, and they're still wrecking as we have some more cars going around towards the front of the field. It looks like that's Kyle Surratt gets into the back of Barrett Bishop as well, and that's gonna stack up, I believe that's Joshua Ely and the 319 of David Brewer, I believe. So we have 2 separate incidences for that, but not sure exactly what the first caution was. I seen a car going around. As the initial caution is going to be for the 631 of Alex Cummings, as he's going to get in there real hot and just tag the back end of Brewer's car, and that's going to send him around. So the second Hanover Wrecker Service caution flag is going to come back out at just over the halfway point of the feature, as we had a very decent start, as a lot of cars were side by side through 1 and 2, and you saw the jump that Blackberg had there for the lead. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can get the same results on this restart with the evil one to his outside again, as the green flag's going to come right back out. Blackberg's going to get a decent run, but not the same that he had last time, as Revis is going to dip it in underneath him, and we have a bunch of cars getting stacked up and cars going around again. So expect a caution, and there it is, the third caution once again. 3 cautions back to back, having some trouble getting going on these restarts. So it's gonna be interesting to see if the officials over here decide to go single file. As we're gonna go back and take a look at your bladenode.com instant replay, as it looks like Caleb Ramsey is gonna get into the corner, and he's just gonna, I don't know if he had help or not. Looks like he got in a little too hot and had to check up for Barrett Bishop, and he just ended up going to the inside wall. So that's gonna be your third caution, and it looks like we're gonna have a single file restart here. So the officials are gonna try to get some green flag racing back in, get everybody, you know, stretched out and see what we can do. So the pace truck lights are out. We're going to be going green this time off of turn number 4. The field's in David Blackbird's hands still, and he's going to have a very good start, as I think he caught Jim Revis sleeping there a little bit. And Blackbird going to have the spot coming off the turn number 2 with about a car and a half gap. So Blackbird able to hold on to the spot so far, as Jim Revis has a rear view mirror full of Jason Salter for that second position. And don't count out Alex Brewer, sorry about that, Alex Brewer in the 4th position, as he's a very fast competitor. I believe he is a champion not too long ago of the Sunday Night Shootout series. I believe he is not a couple seasons ago. So far, it's all been David Blackberg here at Lanier Speedway. I don't think anybody has really been able to challenge him, mostly due to the nature of him being able to hold his momentum with that outside here, as we have 20 laps to go, 40 down, 20 to go in the 60 lap feature, and everybody's still pretty much single filed out at this point. Not really sure, you know, if the track is getting too one-lane raced, or if, you know, people are just committed to one lane and haven't really tried anything out. As the first car I see running the outside of the track is the 926 of Barrett Bishop, as he's going to run high in 1 and 2 and low in 3 and 4. So maybe something developing with that line that he's running there, as he's starting to reel in the back end of Kyle Moyer for that 5th position. Top 3 starting to separate from the pack, as Jason Salter, Jim Revis, and your leader David Blackberg have opened up a little bit of a gap to the 4th, 5th, and 6th place cars. And Blackberg still has a little bit of a gap over Revis. So Revis not really gaining, but not really losing any distance on Blackberg. Kyle Moyer going to take a look to the inside, as nothing's panning out for him on that inside line yet so far. Him and a lot of other drivers have taken a look down there, but just have not been able to find the drive coming off the corner. Barrett Bishop going to find a good run, as he's going to get to the inside quarter of Kyle Moyer now for, I believe that's the 5th spot. Yes, it is. Barrett Bishop battling. He's hugging that inside wall. One single mistake, and he's going to be eating that inside wall. So keep an eye on that battle for your 5th spot, as that's the heated up battle so far on the track right now. Not really seeing much side-by-side racing other than that. However, back up front, Jim Revis has gotten to the back bumper of Blackberg as they head into 3 and 4. Blackberg hugging that inside wall. Revis running a little bit higher through the slick. But Revis now going to peak to the bottom through 1 and 2. He's going to get to the inside quarter. He's going to lean on him just a little bit. He's not going to be able, Blackberg's not going to be able to clear him as they make slight contact going into 3 and 4. And now Jason Salter to the back bumper of Jim Revis as we come down to the line. So the top 3, the racing really starting to heat up at this point. As Brewers found some ground in that little bit of a battle that the top 3 had, and now he's almost to the back bumper of Jason Salter as they come off of turn number 4. Jim Revis trying to pinch down to the inside of your leader for Blackberg. That's the battle for the lead right now, as it looks like Blackberg not able to handle that slick stuff on the bottom quite like Revis is. Revis is getting a really good run through the center of the corner. But they do say, you know, it's harder to lead them it's harder to pace them than it is to follow them. So Blackberg trying to find what Revis is looking for, but it's a lot harder for him because he doesn't have a car to judge it off of. So Blackberg now just trying to hold that inside line and just keep Revis from being able to get down any closer. As Revis is going to get to the inside quarter now off of turn 2, but Blackberg's able to clear him as they come off. As now the 4th caution flag of the evening, as the Hanover Wrecker Service caution flag is going to come right back out, because we're going to have to go back and take a look at your BladeNode.com instant replay and see what happened here. As it looks like we're going to have a pretty good look here, as it looks like Barrett Bishop's just going to get into the corner. It looks like Moyer's going to get a little loose and Bishop's going to just get into him. Didn't have time to check up as they were pretty much side by side racing there, but Moyer just gets into the corner a little too hot, and that's going to send Barrett Bishop around as he's going to go back to the end of the line. So the lights are out on the pace truck as we are going to have a single file restart with 4 laps to go here in this 60 lap feature, as it has been all David Blackberg. He has led every single lap tonight so far, but Revis is going to have a really good start. He's going to get to the inside of Blackberg going into 1 and 2. Revis there with a really good jump on that start as he's going to be almost to the door panel. Now he's going to get, Blackberg's going to try to pinch him down. They're going to make a little bit of contact now. Here comes racing Jason Salter to the inside. He's going to be side by side with Revis at the line for the 2nd position. Salter now sticking his nose underneath Revis. Revis able to hold on with that topside momentum though. This is some great racing here as we come down to 2 laps to go. Blackberg, this is exactly what he wants to see. He wants to see Salter and Revis get in a battle so that way he can get a little bit of gap. As Revis is going to get in real hot, almost had to check up there for Blackberg, and Salter almost got into the back end of Revis. And as we come out of turn number 4, the white flag is high in the sky. White flag, 1 lap to go as Blackberg's going to lead him into 1 and 2. Revis going to try to throw something to the inside, but he's not going to have the momentum coming off the corner. Coming into turns 3, Blackberg has 1 more turn of the wheel to go. And off of turn number 4, it's going to be David Blackberg with your win. Jim Revis is going to finish out 2nd. Jason Salter 3rd. Alex Brewer 4th. Kyle Moyer 5th. Michael Whitlock 6th. The Voodoo Child, Eric Eichstad's going to come back to 7th from the rear of the field from his caution earlier. Joshua Ely's going to finish 8th. Joshua Peacock 9th. And Alex Cummings going to round out your top 10. What an amazing final laps of that street stock race. as we are going to take just a slight break here, and we will be right back with your top 3 interviews. And yeah, that again, what a race. Can't believe how much racing there was towards the end for that last couple of spots. So we're going to take a short little break here, and we'll be back with your top 3 interviews. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with your top 3 interviewers. First off, in the booth, we are going to have your third place finisher. That's going to be the 10 car of Racing Jason
You
Salter.
couldn't go no.
So, Racing Jason Salter, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. I'd rather be down there in the car than up here in the booth, but I enjoy my time up here in the booth watching you guys put on an amazing performance like you did here tonight. And you guys had some pretty heated battles there towards the last 5-6 laps of this race. What was going through your mind there as you saw Revis diving down to the inside of Blackbird?
Well, he tried to make a move on him a couple of times I was seeing, and I figured if I could get a little higher than them, maybe if they made some contact or something, I could get around them. But I just never did quite get the opportunity to get up underneath them. Track was pretty locked down to one lane for the most part. Like it was pretty follow leader, but it was a pretty good race. Had a good time. Congrats to David on his win.
Now, we saw you start on the outside, and you held your own for most of the heat race there, running the middle line, so to speak, for where the track line was tonight. Pretty interesting to see you start outside front row for the feature, and I don't know if the track just went away there a little bit for you on the start, but it seemed like you had a short little bit of a hiccup there on the start, but you were able to just hammer down. And I tell you, man, you looked like you were on a mission to come to the front.
Yeah, got a good draw or got a good spot for the start of the race, but starting the outside early on is kind of starting on the outside early on, and then later on is always kind of a bad deal here sometimes, especially in the street stock. I tried at the very beginning to try to keep my spot and find a way down and suffer through that first little bit of the race, but just couldn't quite do it. But we wound up coming back to one more spot. And I'll take it.
All right, and as we're accustomed to over here at Full Velocity, we're gonna hand you the mic one more time. Let everybody know who helps you get it done behind the scenes.
So first of all, I'd like to thank everybody that comes out and races with us every week. I think X91 Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, the Full Velocity Racing Network, and like all the people out there watching.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your third place finisher tonight, Racing Jason Salter, as he was on a rocket ship to the front, just ran out of laps tonight. So now we're going to bring down the second place finisher. That is the evil one himself, Jim Revis. Jim, you had a very hot rod car coming through the corners towards the end of this race, but it looked like Mr. Blackberg was just able to hold off to the momentum on the outside a little bit more. And you had a little bit of contact there coming into turn one towards the end of the race. Take us through the last couple of laps there for you.
Last couple laps, nothing to take away from David, but his car was getting loose coming out of the corners, and mine was gripping good. And I could get the run, like you said, down low on him. I just couldn't get enough momentum to get beside him, take his line away from him. But all in all, man, it was a fun race. I had a blast.
I was telling people at the start of the race that this track was going to get slick, and when it did, that we'd start to see a little bit more of the top side. But you guys proved me wrong, as this was pretty much a low-sided affair tonight. and the track slicked off pretty fast for what I could see with the 60 lap feature. Just kind of interesting. Do you think if the top side would have came in, do you think that would have played to your hand a little bit more? Because I tell you, man, nobody was denying you from being in the top 3 tonight.
No, I don't think the top side would have helped me because the setup that I run is for the low to mid. It doesn't like to turn up high at all. And with the gear I was running, that's why I was able to run him down the corners. So uh, I just got to say congrats to David, man. This is his first win, and man, I can't be happier for the guy. He been trying since the middle of last season. So
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hand the mic one more time to the evil one himself. Mr. Revis, give everybody a shout that we know help you from behind the scenes.
first and foremost, like I said, I got to give a shout out to my team, Team DWR, or Team Dirt Warrior. We got about 5, 6 guys. We've been working on sets, getting them all straightened out, and we stumbled upon a few things. Second, junk fabrication. Don't have them on this car, but they are on my other car. Shout out to BladeNode.com, Heartland Harley Davidson, Full Velocity TV, and gotta give a shout out to my wife, man, for allowing me to do this. We had plans for tonight, but she skipped them. Let me do this.
Man, I tell you, you are one lucky man. I don't think I'd ever get my wife to agree to that. She'd be telling me, nope, you getting in the car and you're coming. Either that or I'd be on the couch that night. So you definitely got a good one there, Mr.
Oh yeah,
Revis.
yeah. I'm not complaining, buddy. She knows Wednesdays and Sundays are the 2 nights that we don't usually plan anything, and she'd actually forgot and had something planned, and then we decided to change it and do it tomorrow. So I got my hats off to her too. But congrats on David for his first win with DWRL. Man, like I said, he been pushing victory lane for half the last season to now, and now he finally got him one on Wednesday night street fights. So
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your second place finisher tonight, the evil one himself, Jim Revis. And now we're gonna pull down tonight we're gonna pull down tonight's feature winner. The very first win I hear for you, Mr. David Blackberg. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, fantastic. After that was awesome.
I tell you, man, you were undeniably the fastest car in your heat race. Nobody had a thing for you. And then you come out in the feature, lead all 60 laps, and it looked, for my eyes, the only contest you really had was the last maybe 5 to 6 laps there from Jim. But you were able to hold him off with the outside momentum, as at least that's what it looked like. Like you were getting in a little bit higher than he was, and just able to keep a little bit more RPMs in the car. So take us through your night for your first win.
Well, I guess starting on the pole, I gotta probably, count that for something. That was a big help. But no, I had a good car, protected the bottom. Had a teammate behind me that kind of helped. Uh, these were just a fun, all around fun race.
Now, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Jim, because usually, this is a mostly bottom side track when it gets slicked off, but sometimes you have that tendency for it to show a little bit of a high side towards the middle of the race. Do you think if the high side came in a little bit, do you think you would have ventured up there at all, or do you think you were pretty much married to the bottom tonight?
I think the highest I would have went is middle of the track, so I could protect both lanes if I had to. So pretty much, other than that, stay to the bottom.
All right, we're going to keep it pretty short and sweet here. We're going to let you go celebrate with your team on your first win. As someone who got my first career win this season with the Pro Lates with DWRL, congrats on your first win, man. We're going to hand you the mic again, let everybody know who helps you get it done. And, everybody you got to thank for getting you here.
All right. First of all, I got to thank my teammates at Team Dirt Warrior. we've been putting work in, working on sets every week, and it's been paying off big time. All of us are getting faster. I thank DWRL, Jim, Jason, and Eric for putting this on. It's a blast, something to do every week. Trash Panda Graphics for making sweet cars. My girlfriend Holly, SVRN, and my buddy Jordan Curdy for the moral support.
Always got to have that moral support. Trust me, it definitely does come in.
Eric, yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is your feature winner for tonight with his first ever career feature win, David Blackberg. So we're going to let him go celebrate with his team and hang out for the rest of the night. So got to thank everybody here for Full Velocity Racing Network. This was DWRL Wednesday Night Street Fights brought to you by Heartland Harley Davidson. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.